The Bushcrafty Talks.
What's up? Bushcrafty. Bushcrafty Talks here at home. Yeah, I'm not in the truck, as you can tell. No, I'm sitting in front of the tree over here. My imaginary tree that I have in my front yard. Hope everybody had a wonderful day. Well, I'll tell you something. Have you ever had beanie weenies? Sure, everybody's had beanie weenies. It's basically pork and beans with hot dogs in it. Well, I used to cook something like that. I used to get pork and beans, and I would kind of doctor it up a little bit, and I would put, instead of hot dogs, I'd put sausage, Italian sausage or something like that. And it was really good. It's one of my kids' favorite things to cook. I, chop some onions up in it and put some spices and doctor it up a bit. And it's always been a number one fan of the kids is that I make. Well, I went and got some sausage and was going to fix this, and I don't have any pork and beans left. I could have swore I still had another case of pork and beans down in the basement. Evidently, I used them up. So I said, well, self, why don't you just make your own? So I thought, I can substitute this and make it taste like that and do this. So I just made my own. I got some beans and slow cooked them and made a sauce with tomato paste that I had made, and put it all together, and wow, that is good stuff. And I wish I would have paid attention what I put in there, because I was tossing the stuff in there left and right, because that's usually how I cook. Like, let's put a little of this in there, and well, I got this new spice from Ollie's, let's put a little bit of that in there, and then I try to recreate that, and it usually doesn't turn out the same every time. But let me tell you, this stuff is so good. I'm sitting here with a bowl, and I'm about ready to go get some more. But yeah, I was like, dang, that is really good pork and beans there, or beanie weenies. And like I said, I don't use hot dogs, because hot dogs are not the healthiest for you. So I get sausage, the real sausage and the sausage links, and I usually get the Italian sausage. It usually does or beer brats, something in that nature. And I slice them up, and I don't fry them or anything. I let them cook in the juices, and that's what makes it even better. But I was like, dang, that's actually pretty good. Now I'm like going to have to do that every time now instead of using cans of pork and beans. I wish I would have made a big old batch. I would have actually canned this stuff, because it was really good. So that might be in the future plans, is making my own version of beanie weenies. But update on my friend who is in Israel. She has finally made it to a somewhat safe area, because I don't believe anything over there is safe, not on either side or anything like that. And I've been getting a lot of questions about the whole situation over there. And a lot of people don't understand that Hamas is not a country or anything. It's a group of people. And I think there's a lot of people that need to learn the history of all the stuff that's going on over there, and all the stuff that it has been going on over there. Like you'll get this every time there's a major thing. When the sickness came, if you got the juice, that was everybody's calling it the mark of the beast, and they're do some research, do some studying, and that's a perfect thing to study. Sorry about the sirens. That's the perfect thing to study is the Bible, and it'll explain a lot of that stuff to you. That there's stages of the end of the world and all that stuff. There's stages to that. But like I said, she is doing a lot better. She's healing up from her bruises and some scrapes and stuff. And she hasn't been able to get in with her parents. I'll put it that way, because they have different ways of believing and things over there. Their beliefs and traditions and things like that are different. So she didn't want to marry the person that she was set up with, and something I never got the full story, and I really didn't want to get this full story, if you know what I mean. And the only way I know her is she used to stream on Twitch, and we streamed together from different games and things like that. And we would call each other up and say when we were thinking about going live and this and that, and just have conversations. But and I didn't really think when I contacted her that she would still have the same number, but she did, and she was really surprised because she hadn't got any other calls asking her if she was okay and how she was doing and everything like that. And I stayed on the phone with her for a while. It would cut out, and then she'd call me back, or I'd call her back. And this is during the bad parts. It's still all bad, but she was explaining to me how things are over there and stuff like that. But the whole family issue is, she was, parted from her family, and it was really hard on her. And she actually stopped streaming because of it. It was just too hard on her and whatnot. And you know how people are. If they find a weakness, or I wouldn't call it a weakness, or something negative in your life, they tend to pick at it. They're like chickens when somebody spots a red dot on the back of a chicken or something. They'll continue to pick at it until the chicken dies. But I was really hoping that she would be able to reconcile with the family and stuff. But as far as I know, she had reached out to make sure they were fine. And that's as far as I think it's gone. I don't want to, ask her anything about it or nothing, but I told her she ever needed somebody to talk to, just hit me up and we'll talk or whatever. She's a real nice girl. She wasn't one of those, you know, that wore next to nothing on their streams. She was very respectful, which is very rare nowadays for Twitch streamers, female ones. But I told her I hope everything works out with her family and everything, and I'm glad that she's in a safer area than she was. Unfortunately, she lost everything except for what was in that backpack of hers. But she still has her life. And that's what I keep telling her. I said, don't worry about those little material things. As long as you're still alive and still here, that's all that matters. Anyways, I am going to go ahead and end this. I know it's not a very long one here, and I'm extremely surprised that I have done 15 of these, and I haven't missed a day so far. Knock on wood. But just remember, when you have issues or a problem or something, don't let it consume you. There are so many other people out there that have it way worse than you do. They're having so many more issues than you would think of. And just try to think on the positive sides about things, because life's too short to be, dwelling on one thing or your problems or something. Yeah, it's just too short for a lot of that stuff. Anyways, like I always say, God bless and never give up.